Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Is everyone nice and warm today? Everybody close together? Oh, but it's so nice and sunny outside. That's what solar is all about, the sunshine to keep you nice and warm, right? Well, my name is Brian Brackemeyer from the Indiana Municipal Power Agency, and on behalf of IMPA, the City of Anderson, and Anderson Light and Power, we'd like to thank you all for taking time out of your busy school days and your schedules to join us to celebrate this beautiful solar park right here in Anderson. So, IMPA has 13 solar parks that we've constructed all throughout the state of Indiana, and for each of these solar parks, we'd love to host a ribbon cutting such as this so all of you and the public can enjoy and learn more about what this solar does for your community. So, as part of this celebration, you get to hear a few little speakers. We have some state and local elected officials coming here to talk a little bit about what this means for the community, and also have some representatives from IMPA and also Anderson Light and Power. So after you hear some of these speakers, we're going to do some more fun stuff. You're going to have a ribbon cutting, and then you're going to be able to tour the solar park and learn a little bit more and get all of your questions answered while you're out here today, right out of school. So we'd like to go ahead and introduce our first speaker, which is the CEO of the Indiana Municipal Power Agency, Raj Rao, to talk a little bit more about this wonderful project. Raj?
Let me tell you just 5 minutes of who the IMPA is. IMPA was created in 1982-83 time period by 11 municipalities, and Anderson was the lead in that the group of 11 who created IMPA. And at that time, they thought that they wanted to buy the power in bulk so that they can buy cheaper. But pretty soon, they recognized that ownership of the units will bring the benefits. So they started buying some units. And then by 1990, they recognized that probably if we build some of the generation units, we don't need to buy from somebody. We can get the cheaper, lower cost. And in Anderson, we built the first combustion turbines, which you will be seeing. You're not going to see today, but if you want, Jack will arrange another tour for you to come and see that too. They are natural gas fired, and also they got the fuel oil as a backup. Later we added more generation. But when we added those units, that was the time period, first time IMPA rates came down. So that's the time we recognized that, oh my God, if we own instead of buying, we can get the more savings. Then in around the 91, 92 time period, we wanted to buy some more generation, and that part we couldn't buy from out of state. So that's the time period. We looked into what to do. So in the beginning, in 1983, Meras Hall was the gentleman running the utility here. He was he passed away, but I do wanted to make sure that recognize. And also Tim Lannon. Tim, I don't think they came here so far, but he was supposed to be coming here. He may come too. In a 91 time period, he was very helpful in creating that changes to IMPA statute so that we can participate outside the state. So coming back to today, we have about $1.7 billion worth of the generation assets. And that part, we have some coal, we have some natural gas, as you can see from here. We have some nuclear power in a portfolio. And then we got some wind, about 50 megawatts of wind. That's not located here, but and then last few years time period, we recognized that how can we bring some of these resources to IMPA communities? So IMPA got 61 municipalities. I told you we started with 11, but now we became more, almost 61 of them. So we wanted to build the solar parks in each community. It brings a lot of benefits. Benefit one is it's local and it's renewable. Once we built it, it's here. The second one is we don't need to pay transmission. It's located right here. We don't need to bring from somewhere else. And the capacity comes with it. And the other one is, the best one is property taxes. Every time you build a generation, you invest the money, you pay property taxes to where it's located. So instead of locating the generation somewhere else, when we are locating in our own communities like Anderson, probably I was reminding the mayor that we are the third largest property tax payer in Madison County and in Anderson. It's almost close to $500,000 every year property taxes we pay in lieu of the generation back located in this community. But coming back to the generation itself, we got to make sure that we got the generation available day and night, and for factories and the commercial and residential houses. The solar side available during the daytime when you got the sunshine, but when sunshine is not there, you need the backup, and that's where the natural gas fired other units will be using. So that's a little bit about more about this particular area. Jack will be talking a little later, and now I will introduce Mayor Thomas Broderick. The mayor, you have been a wonderful help to IMPA in inviting us and providing some property tax abatements and some of those things for the time being. But finally, of course, we are getting a lot of money, $500,000 we're paying you. But let's invite Mayor.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you very much. Thank you. First, I'd like to welcome all the young students that are here today and the folks from the school that came out to take part in this. What we have behind us here, obviously, is a big part of what your guys' future is going to be about. So we're very proud that you're here to be able to see this kickoff. And I, again, want to thank Raj and IMPA. These folks have been tremendous partners for the city of Anderson for a number of years. As Raj mentioned, going clear back into the very late 80s and beginning of the 90s, and all the mayors throughout the time period that we've all been here. I know Mark Lawler was instrumental for years in his involvement, and later Kevin Smith and Chris Ackerman and now our administration. And we continue to work closely together with IMPA because we believe that it brings great energy to the community at a reasonable cost. And we very much appreciate all of your efforts throughout the years and in your partnership that I know will continue for many years to come. I'd like to acknowledge a few folks that are here today from the city. I've got my little cheat sheet in case I missed somebody, because with the crowd it's sort of hard to see everyone here. We have several city council members, elected members of our city council. First, we have our president of the city council, Greg Graham, is here. We also have members John Bell and Rebecca Crooms, and I don't think there's any other council members presently here, even though there may be some join us later. And if that's the case, I apologize if I missed you. We have a number of department heads, and I know in a moment we're going to have Tony Pochard come up, who Tony is the superintendent of our electric power and light, which operates and works very closely with IMPA. In fact, is a member of their board of directors and works very closely with them to make all this work for our city. Also, we have our city engineer here, Mike Spires, our personnel director, Tom Brown, our water department superintendent, Neil McKee. We have our fire chief here, Dave Cravens. We have our water pollution superintendent, Nora Manor. We have our community development director, Leila Kelly. We also have our Board of Works chairman and deputy mayor, David Ikes, along with our Board of Works members, Richard Sims and Jack Kiesling. We also have, who else do we have here? We also have Todd Fisher, our building superintendent, and Fred Reese, the head of our maintenance department. I may be missing somebody, and if I did, I apologize, but we have a number of folks that came out from the city to show their support because, again, we know how important this investment is in our community, and we, again, very much appreciate all the work that IMPA is doing and bringing us great energy and really, in this case, clean energy. So we very much appreciate that. So, Raj, if you want to come back, I know you had some other folks you wanted to introduce.
Yes, sir. Yes, are you done with your comment?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it very
Thank
much. Yeah. We do have some of the elected officials here. So first, I wanted to introduce Terry Austin, state representative. Terry, I know you're some Terry. Terry, thank you so much for coming, and let's appreciate Terry.
Thank you, Raj, and thank you to everybody for coming out on this kind of cool, blustery day. Let me talk to the boys and girls who are here. I just want to tell you that you're going to start to see more and more of these type of solar panels all around not only central Indiana where we live, but hopefully around the state and the nation, because it's called renewable energy. And when you study science, I hope that's something you're going to learn about. And it is wonderful to have IMPA here as a partner in the community. And I know that we value our partnership with them. They're a good corporate citizen. They step up when we need their help, if there's economic development opportunities in this community. And they've always been someone who try to balance their growth and their development with practical and cost-effective measures. And that's what we all care about as taxpayers. So thank you, Raj, again, for inviting me. It's really exciting to be a part of this. This thing makes Nestle look small by comparison, I have to say. And this is really exciting to have it in our community. Thank you all for coming out.
Thanks, Betty.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Oh, I forgot to mention, in a wholesale markets, the electricity today, IMPA is one of the lowest rates in Indiana. So that kind of gives you one more benefit in addition to the property taxes and other things. And also we have Senator Donnelly. He was not here. He couldn't be here, but he sent George Ortiz here. George, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Rao and your team at IMPA for inviting our office to be a part of this special day. Of course, the senator wishes he could be here himself, but he's a little bit tied up in Washington with all the things going on out there. As you may know, the senator has been a longtime proponent of and remains committed to a common sense, all-in energy policy that focuses on investing in renewable energy solutions so that our country relies less on foreign oil, thereby making it safer, while creating new, better-paying jobs for families here in Indiana and communities like Anderson and Madison County. By doing so, we make sure that our state and country remain competitive in the global energy economy while protecting the environment and increasing the quality of life for our friends and neighbors in communities like this. So on behalf of the senator, thanks again for IMPA for choosing to invest in our community here in Anderson, and to our local leaders who are here today from the city, the county, the state, who help make this day possible and who are fighting every day for a brighter future for our community. Again, thank you for allowing us to join you for today's ceremony, and as always, if there's anything the senator can ever help you with, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you all for coming out.
And Congresswoman Susan Brooks, she wanted to be here, but as you know what's happening in Washington, so she couldn't be here either. But she did send Kevin Solch to give some comments on her message. Kevin?
Thank you. Appreciate it, Raj. Hello, everyone. Well, as has been said, Congresswoman Brooks could not be here today. Congress is in session. We wanted to mention that the Congresswoman is a member of the Energy and Commerce Committee in the U.S. House of Representatives. And in that capacity, she strongly believes that our nation needs American energy policies that IMPA is a part of and implementing, that practices a reduction in our reliance on foreign oil and lowering energy costs. It's been mentioned today about the diversification of our energy. A diversified approach expands the opportunities to utilize alternative and renewable energy. And that creates jobs, that improves reliability of our energy grid, and it also lowers the consumer cost. And so projects like this are very important. So therefore, the Congresswoman wanted me to congratulate IMPA under the leadership of President Rao on the construction of this 5-megawatt Anderson 1 solar park. And also, as you may know, there's a second one under construction that's just north of here, near where I live. It's going to be even larger than this. And that's going to be a great addition to the power grid here in Anderson and Madison County. So it's an honor today to congratulate the opportunities for the future generation. As has been mentioned, all these young children here. This is going to provide a future for you. The efforts of IMPA is going to continue to go forward. And Representative Brooks and all of us as staff, we look forward to continue to working not only with them, but also all of you as we continue to put in place policies and practices that make our nation and the great state of Indiana, as well as the city of Anderson and Madison County a better place. Thank you for being here today. Look forward to doing a tour of this great park. You have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. In part of my presentation, I was talking about our state senator Tim Lannon, and I did Tim. Before you came, I did thank you for your help in 1990s taking IMPA statute to participate in out-of-state generation, some of that. But ever since the beginning, Tim has been long-time supporter of IMPA in many aspects. Our state senator Tim Lannon.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Raj. It's good to see you. I apologize for being a little late. I think I need the solar energy to power my alarm clock a little bit better or something. But anyway, I'm so happy to be here. This is so impressive. And it's really quite an accomplishment, too, I think, for our community. And I want to congratulate IMPA, congratulate Mayor Broderick, too, and the city for their participation in this project. As Raj said, he did sort of date me a little bit in terms of how far I go back with IMPA. But, in fact, that's a testament, I think, to the great work that IMPA has done for our community. And not just the city of Anderson, but let me, with my hat on here as state senator, I want to thank IMPA for the work that it does all over the state in terms of helping municipalities and helping them keep affordable rates for the communities throughout the state of Indiana. And, I also have to say, in particular, we just came through a session here. I know Representative Austin is here, and she can vouch for me on this. We just came through a session where we had a lot of debate about the solar energy and the importance of solar energy. And while, there were others out there who were maybe trying to sort of downplay its importance, I think what we have here today shows you how important solar energy can be. And so I want to thank IMPA in particular for their commitment to a diversification of resources, energy resources for our community. So I'm so happy to see all the kids here today too, because you know what, kids, what you're looking at here, you're looking at the future. And the future is right now here in Anderson, Indiana. So it's so exciting that we all can participate. Raj and to IMPA, thank you again. Keep up the good work, and thank you for all you do for our community. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I wanted to give one more just statistics before introducing the next speaker. In 1999, around the 2000 time period, we were 100% coal generation. And today, the energy coming to you is about 30% is a non-coal. That means only 70%. Slowly, we don't make a big deal and we don't increase the rates. We're keeping the rates down, yet, we are trying to get that the pollutants down too. So some of the solar ones, in fact, helping us that one. So now I got a few comments from Tony Pochard. Tony is the one represents Anderson on IMPA board. He's my boss, and also he takes care of every day what you need, what electricity comes from to your homes. Here is the Tony.
Thank you, Raj. This is a great day for the city of Anderson. It's a great day for Anderson Light and Power, and it's a great day for everybody who lives here. Renewable energy is very important. The fact that the sun is going to shine, whether we pay for it or not, means that we can get free energy, and it will reduce the cost of our electric bills, or it will keep it from rising. There is no energy source that's a one-size-fits-all. The solar panels only work when the sun shines. Wind farms only work and provide energy when the wind blows. The largest battery in the world was just put into service about 4 months ago out in California. That battery would supply the city of Anderson for about half an hour. That's it. So we need all different kinds of energy resources. We need the peaking turbines that are behind us that Raj mentioned, the coal, the natural gas, the wind, the solar. all of those are part of the mix that we continually adjust to make sure that we're getting the most reliable power at the lowest cost. The other big piece here is that Anderson Municipal Light and Power is owned by the City of Anderson. It's owned by the citizens of the City of Anderson. We're a nonprofit organization. That means we don't pay any shareholders, so we provide the lowest cost power that we possibly can to every one of you. IMPA is also nonprofit, and so every step of the way, we do our very best to provide the most reliable service and the best electricity at the lowest price we can. Again, thank you all for coming. It's a wonderful day for all of us. Thanks.
Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it very much. You know, sometimes when we come back and we cut the ribbons, and you will be cutting a ribbon, by the way, probably you know or not. You know, we got a lot of dignitaries, but in the next few minutes, one more speaker will be done. Then you will be cutting the ribbon and opening this park. But to construct this one, it takes a lot of effort from the day one to get the engineers together, plan, and then take the permits and work. Here's the Jack Olivey, IMPA Senior VP. He's the one in charge. Probably he put a lot more effort than all of us we did here. But Jack, would you share some of your comments?
Hey, thank you. It's nice that we put in this nice sidewalk for everybody to walk on, isn't it, out here? But what this is really, if underneath here, that's where all the electrical wires, cables that come, that take the output of the solar panels and take them off the site to put them out to deliver the power to your homes. But I thank everybody here today. I know the mayor already thanked all the city departments and council, but I'd also like to thank them, because to build the site, that's where I have to start, is to working with your planning people and your city council and board of public works and Anderson Municipal Light and Power to be able to get the site ready to go. So when you look at this, you guys are in school and you're at the age when people are saying, what do you want to be when you grow up? So you have to think about your jobs. Well, we have a lot of people that have to work to build one of these sites. So that starts out with the engineers. So the engineers are the guys that sit down and they design where everything's going to go and how the ground's going to look and how the wires are going to run and how they're all going to be connected to deliver the power out of this. So that's an engineer. And then once the engineers are done, then they have the drawings on paper, and they look at that paper, and there's guys that come out with machinery to make the ground level, or to flatten it off if there's hills, or to bring in dirt. So there's guys that have to operate the big machinery. So those guys are very important for us to do that too. After the ground's ready, then we have to have other workers come in to install the panels and to put all these posts in the ground. And then following them, we have the electricians. And the electricians are the ones that wire everything. They connect all the wires under the panels, and then they bring them out. And then there's the electricians that you see in the big bucket trucks in town, and then they have to install the poles and the wires that come out of the site. So as you think about that, there's a lot of jobs that have to be done to make something like this be put together. And maybe you can ask your teachers or parents about questions about what do I have to do one of those. So I'd also like to thank today the people that did those jobs. Today I have our engineer here that designed it. His name's Phil Lepresto, and he works for IMPA. Thank him. I'd like to thank Brandt Construction Company. Harold Sadison, Todd Mattingly, and Pat Yeoman are here from Brandt Construction, and they're the guys that come out and manage all those workers and to make sure that things are getting put in the way they're supposed to be put in. The electricians that I mentioned, the company is from right around here called Fredericks Construction, and Brandon Filbrin is here from Fredericks too. So we thank all those guys for their effort. And if I'm forgetting someone that is here, I apologize. But it's a big effort. There's 20,000 solar panels on this site. It was mentioned earlier that we have a second site that we're building north of town, and there'll be 30,000 panels at that site. So solar power is good during the day, as Raj mentioned, and the costs are coming down, and this is a tremendous installation. I'm very happy with the way this has come out, and thank you for joining us today. We look forward to your questions when we can walk around the site after this.
Okay, gentlemen and ladies. 3, 2, 1. There you go.